Ilara lived in Galway, a city where the wind carried stories through narrow streets and the sea's breath lingered in the air. The Irish rain often tapped her window, a gentle rhythm that filled her small apartment with a sense of longing and possibility. Her days felt quiet, sometimes lonely, and she yearned for something more, a spark to break the silence, a voice to answer her own. One evening, she stumbled upon a small online writing forum, a tucked-away corner of the internet where shared words and quiet dreams found a home. With hesitant hope, she posted a shy hello, her heart fluttering as she waited for a kind reply from a stranger. Across the world, Liam gazed out at Vancouver, where great mountains touched the sky and the city pulsed with distant energy. His life was full of movement and noise, yet a certain emptiness lingered, a quiet ache for connection that city lights could not fill. He loved stories just like Ilara, and one late night he stumbled upon the same forum, drawn in by the promise of shared imagination. He read Ilara's gentle words, her thoughts echoing some of his own, and felt a quiet recognition, a sense of meeting a kindred spirit. Compelled by curiosity and warmth, he replied thoughtfully, his words reaching across continents and time zones. A private message soon followed, then another and another still, each one weaving a fragile thread between their distant worlds. Laughter began to bridge the distance, echoing softly across their screens, turning late-night silences into shared joy. Time zones seemed to melt away as they talked for hours, lost in words and stories, discovering new corners of each other's lives. A connection sparked, bright and warm, so unexpected, so real. It felt as if the distance between them was shrinking with every conversation. Days quickly turned into weeks, and their messages became essential, a thread of comfort and excitement woven through their daily routines. Good morning texts started her day, bringing a smile before the sun had even risen over Galway's rooftops. Good night calls ended his, the sound of her voice lingering as he drifted to sleep beneath the Vancouver stars. They shared small, everyday joys, a favourite song, a photo of morning coffee, a story from childhood, and comforted each other's hidden sorrows, finding solace in their growing friendship. The world outside faded as their digital world bloomed, a secret garden tended by words and laughter, where distance no longer mattered. Love's first tender whisper had begun, a fragile, hopeful sound, promising that even across oceans hearts can find each other. Ireland to Canada, a vast ocean stretched between them. The physical distance felt immense, a daunting reality. Fear began to whisper in quiet moments, doubts clouding their clear skies. Was this connection just a dream, a beautiful, fragile illusion? Friends offered cautious words, family members worried silently, but their hearts knew something different. Their bond felt undeniably true. Early mornings for Ilara, late nights for Liam, sacrifices made willingly. Sleep was lost to stolen conversations, social plans gently missed. Their commitment grew stronger as they chose each other day after day. The cost of a future flight, the dream of a first visit, it all seemed so far away. Would they ever truly stand together, or would the endless miles win? This fear was a constant shadow, testing their young love and courage. They built delicate bridges with words, each message a gentle thread weaving their hearts closer together, even when miles apart. Every morning began with a simple "good morning," and every night ended with a "sweet dreams," their phones glowing softly in the dark, carrying warmth across continents. Laughter echoed through their screens, and playlists became love letters, each song a memory, a secret message, a way to say, "I miss you," without words. Movie nights synced across oceans where they pressed play at the same moment, sharing popcorn and reactions, feeling the comfort of togetherness despite the distance. Photographs of daily lives exchanged, snapshots of morning coffee, city lights and quiet moments became windows into each other's worlds, making the ordinary feel extraordinary. These acts made the distance shrink, if only for a few moments, as if their smiles could reach through the glass and touch. One day, Liam sent a surprise package, sweet maple syrup, a carved wooden bear, and a handwritten note that carried the scent of home, his words lingering long after the box was opened. He tucked in a book by a beloved Canadian author, hoping she'd find comfort in its pages, just as he found comfort in her voice. Ilara cried softly when she opened it, imagining his scent, feeling his care in every detail, her heart swelling with gratitude and longing. She knitted him a scarf, the green of Irish fields, and sent Tato crisps and Yeats's poetry, each item a piece of her world, a tangible reminder of her love. Liam wore the scarf everywhere, saying it kept the Canadian chill away. But really it was her love that warmed him most. Love travelled back and forth in parcels, each gift a whispered promise, a vow that distance could never truly separate them. One evening, a surprise video call. Liam walked her through Stanley Park, showing her the ocean and ancient trees, letting her see the world through his eyes. Ilara felt as if she were truly there, their laughter filling quiet rooms, turning loneliness into joy and distance into a shared adventure. This was real, undeniable love, their hearts beating in unison, proving that even across oceans, love finds a way to be felt, cherished, and celebrated. Liam carried a heavy secret. He'd lost his job weeks ago. Shame kept him silent. He wanted to appear strong for Ilara. The secret weighed on him, pressing down daily. Ilara noticed a subtle change, a shift in his voice, laughter that didn't reach his eyes. She asked if he was okay. He always said he was fine. Her intuition sensed something was wrong. The unspoken thing between them grew, becoming a silent barrier. Ilara's mind raced with fears. Was he tired of the distance? Had he met someone else? She loved him deeply, and the thought of losing him was unbearable. The secret began to fester, tainting their sweet moments. Misunderstandings arose, patience wore thin, and the distance felt wider. One tearful night, Ilara pleaded, "What is wrong, Liam? Please tell me." Silence stretched between them, heavy and cold. Finally, Liam confessed, "I lost my job, Ilara. I was so ashamed." He poured out his fears of not being good enough, of failing their dreams. Ilara listened quietly, her own tears falling, not of anger but relief and love. "Oh, Liam," she whispered, "it's only you I love, not your job." They talked for hours, honestly mending the cracks and renewing their bond. They rebuilt trust stronger than before. The job loss was a hurdle, but not insurmountable. They began saving for their first meeting, hope rekindled. Ilara had a difficult week, work stress, endless rain and aching loneliness. She missed Liam fiercely. The screen was no longer enough. Then a surprising email, a flight confirmation, Vancouver to Dublin. Liam called, his voice full of excitement. "I couldn't wait any longer, Ilara. I'm coming to you." Tears of joy streamed down her face. She cleaned her apartment, bought his favorite tea. He packed his bags. The countdown to his arrival began. Soon, no more screens, only real life together. Dublin Airport. The air was thick with anticipation, the hum of arrivals and departures echoing through the halls. For Ilara, every second felt stretched, every announcement over the loudspeaker a jolt to her heart. Gate C buzzed with people. Laughter, hurried footsteps, and the rolling of suitcases filled the space. But Ilara felt alone in the crowd, her thoughts louder than the noise around her. Ilara waited, hands trembling, heart racing. She replayed every message, every call, every promise they'd made to each other. What if it felt different in person? What if the connection they'd built across continents faded in the real world? What if the magic wasn't real? Doubt crept in, whispering fears she tried to silence. Then, through the crowd, she saw him, taller than she'd imagined, his smile a beacon. Her breath caught, and the world seemed to narrow to just the two of them. Their eyes met, and time seemed to stop. In that instant, every worry melted away, replaced by a rush of hope and recognition. He dropped his bag and ran to her. She met him halfway, laughter and tears mingling as they closed the distance. Their first hug, pure warmth, overwhelming relief, the scent of him she'd imagined. It was real, more real than any dream. Tears of joy flowed freely. The months apart, the longing, the uncertainty, all washed away in that embrace. Later, They walked hand in hand by the sea, the Irish wind whipping her hair, laughter carried away on the breeze. The world felt new, full of promise. Liam held her hand tightly, as if afraid to ever let go, their fingers intertwined, anchoring them to this moment. "This is just the beginning," he said, eyes full of promise. The future stretched before them, bright and unknown. No more oceans between us, not forever. The distance that once separated them was now just a memory. Ilara leaned on his shoulder. Their long journey had been hard, but their love was an anchor, strong and true. Together, they faced the horizon, ready for whatever came next.